Hello, and welcome back to the Tom Marshall YouTube channel. Are you ready? Juror number 2 is directed by Clint Eastwood and starring Nicholas Hoult, Toni Collette, J.K. Simmons, Keith Sutherland, Gabriel Basu, who's on the rise at the minute. He's got a really good show on Netflix. That dude there from The Night Agent, if you remember. Yeah, so definitely got a good cast going for it. So yeah, let's get into it, shall we? All right. Juror number 2 is a courtroom drama about a murder case of a young woman who is a victim of hit and run. And murder takes place on a rainy night in the middle of nowhere, America. James Michael Scythe, Gabriel Basu, is out with his girlfriend in a bar, having some food and drink on a night out. At first, they seem like the ideal couple, but soon erupts drastically into an argument about love. Jane gets aggressive towards her and smashes a bottle, threatening her, which basically is the catalyst to the whole case and what happens later on. After the encounter, his girlfriend storms out of the bar, argues with James outside in the pouring rain. Because it's got to rain. I don't know. Basically lets her go by herself, and she never comes home. Her body's later on discovered under a bridge, all mashed up, bangled, covered in blood, as if like someone's pushed her over the bridge. Evidence all points towards James Michael Scythe, Gabriel Basu's character, as he had no alibi and was the last person to be seen with her that night at the bar. So before the case starts, the lawyers basically have to pick and choose the jury to deliberate the case and weigh up all the evidence that has been shown. Nicholas Hoult is juror number 2. Justin Kemp is his character's name. It's been chosen, and basically as the opening statements are going on, Justin, Nicholas Hoult's character, basically discovers that he realises he was there that night at the bar, remembered that he had an accident, what he thought he hit was a deer, but now he's starting to think, oh, maybe it wasn't a deer that I hit, maybe it was something else. The lawyer, Faith Kilbrew, Toni Collette's character, is talking about what happened that night, and the whole time the camera's basically focused on Nicholas Hoult's reaction to what he's hearing in the opening statements, and he does really good worry face. Like, he's literally like right there. Camera, like I said, closes up on his face, and now panic is starting to grow. The 12 jurors go off after the opening statements and look around table, immediately think the guy is guilty, but juror number 2, Nicholas Hoult, basically is saying the opposite. He's not guilty, and then there's a whole argument that ensues around his guilt or not guilt. All the jurors are introduced all throughout this scene, and one in question, Harold, J.K. Simmons' character, who's a florist, who later on you find out is a detective. Basically, he goes and conducts his own investigation into the case and discovers a whole load of other evidence that the lawyers hadn't picked up on. Talks about all the different cars that were all around the area around that sort of time, and which ones had been repaired or had an accident around that sort of same time, and points towards Justin's character, and the walls start closing in on him as the case progresses. There's a lot of back and forth between the jurors about James's guilt, and as time goes on, Justin actually seeks help from another lawyer to see if there's any sort of what am I saying? If there's any sort of evidence that's pointing towards him, and he basically says, "Don't say anything because you'll get literally life imprisonment." Kiefer Sutherland is the lawyer. Character's name's Larry Lasker, whatever it is. But you find out in the film that basically Justin's an ex-alcoholic and has met him through like AA meetings and things like that. So yeah, there's a lot of back and forth in the case, and the trial goes on, and it's a good film. Good film. Right. My thoughts on the film? Well, I thought it was a good film. It's what I would call a grown-up film. Many twists and turns wouldn't expect, and I was constantly going back and forth between guilty and not guilty. Kind of reminded me of a play I went to see a couple of years ago called 12 Angry Men. Very much similar type of story. Yeah, it's a very intimate film, especially in those jury scenes when they're in the room and it's just the 12 of them just talking and discussing the case at hand and what each one is going through and their mental state. And yeah, it's really, really good. I think it's a shame because this is more than likely going to be Clint Eastwood's final film. It's getting on a bit, 94, 92, 94, something like that. I don't know. But yeah, I don't think he's going to be doing anything after this. And unfortunately, I think it's not really done that well at the box office, which is a shame. But people need to see films like this because, you've got all these big event films that are going on. Need to give the other types of films a chance. And yeah, if you want to see something a bit different, definitely go and see this film. It's a good watch, and yeah, I don't think you'll be disappointed. I'd say good 8 out of 10. So yeah, if you haven't already, please like and subscribe to the channel over here or wherever the bell icon is, and I shall see you in the next video.